Am I the a-hole for making my daughter leave because my husband is attracted to her?
I know you love fucking me. I can tell by the way you in love with me. You can't get enough of me, yeah. Well, I guess it's looking like you stuck with me, 'cause I got you sprung off in the springtime.
Okay, hey yo, welcome back to my channel. Whoa, I don't know where I was going with that. I just completely lost my train of thought. Sorry. Anyway, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I am going to be ranking Reddit Am I the A-hole confessions. So, yeah. So, if y'all don't know what that means, basically, let me just say first, this video, again, is inspired by one of my favorite YouTubers, smikle. Sorry if I said your name wrong, girl. But, I mean, many other YouTubers have done this too, but this is, like, just one of the ones that, I first thought of. So, anyway, basically, there's, this, what's it called? Like, this tab, this hashtag, this trend thing called Am I the A-hole on Reddit. And it's basically a bunch of people, like, confessing things where, you know, they found themselves in a little bit of a pickle or dilemma, you know? So, they're trying to figure out, like, you know, if they're the one in the wrong, if they're the a-hole, etc., etc. And I'm gonna be keeping it, like, PG-13 in here, so I'm not gonna be, like, cussing and actually saying the word, but, you know, yeah, a-hole. So if you don't know what that means, it's basically, like, am I the menace, the rat in the situation, the terrible person, the one in the wrong, the wicked. So sorry, I don't know, I was trying to think of another word. There you go. Anyway, I would also like to say thank you so much for all of the support on my last video. Like, I actually wasn't expecting that. I know it wasn't a lot, but it was more than what I thought I would get, and it really meant a lot to me. So I'd like to thank y'all for all of the support, all of the sweet comments. Like, you guys literally made my day. I was literally, like, looking at my phone, and I was, like, giggling, kicking my feet, like, oh, you guys are so sweet. So I would just like to thank you so much. And without further ado, let's get in the video. Enjoy. Oh, okay, so we're starting off kind of, strong here. Am I the a-hole for making my daughter leave because my husband is attracted to her? That was a lot. Okay, let's read it. Let's get some context in here. Okay, I, 55 female, have been married to my husband and my daughter's stepdad, 63-year-old male, for 4 years. My 23-year-old daughter and I have a complicated relationship. She has been diagnosed with... I can't speak, I'm so sorry. Okay, she has been diagnosed with a dissociative identity disorder. She has a lot of trauma from watching me and my husband's horrible marriage go down and was bullied in school. When she told me she was being bullied by my peers, my view that all children are innocent really tied my hands, because I told her that if I said anything to them, I would be an adult harassing a child. She has blamed me for that ever since, and keeps referring to this one time where the kids at school called her trash due to the fact that she wasn't taking care of her hygiene due to her depression. Part, not all, of my response was telling her to take a shower, and I bought her new clothes. The bullying finally ended with an expulsion and a suspension for the ringleaders. The ringleaders, it's crazy. Okay. She still throws the fact that a school clinic volunteer told her that if she was their kid, she'd have permission to punch back if administrators didn't do anything. I thought that having her live with me while she finishes school and gets a job would help heal some childhood wounds if my second husband and I modeled a healthy relationship. However, my daughter now doesn't get along with my husband. She's a very introverted, creative person who likes immersing herself in escapism. So she'd get annoyed if she was sitting I'm so sorry, I can't speak. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, however, my daughter now doesn't get along with my husband. She's a very introverted, creative person who likes immersing herself in escapism. So she'd get annoyed if she was sitting eating alone and my husband would sit across from her and eat, saying she ate later so she could eat alone. However, my husband started acting distant from me and my daughter, complained that his eyes lingered for too long. She got very angry and there was a lot of shouting and slamming doors. Finally, my husband admitted he's attracted to her and it's hard to be around her all day, said she was walking temptation and said that's why he was avoiding the devil's tango with me. Well, I mean, that's not technically a bad word. Why he was avoiding sex with me. What? I'm sorry, we just need to take a pause. What is going on? Okay, so first of all, we got a daughter. She has, what was it? Dissociative something disorder. I'm so sorry, I can't remember. She has that. I don't know if that has anything, and like lots of trauma from the bullying thing. I don't know. I don't think, I mean, there might have been better ways for you to handle the whole bullying situation, but you didn't necessarily do anything wrong. I mean, so far, I'm not really getting anything wrong that you've been doing. However, your husband, what do you see in him? Why are you married to him? Like, do you just, are you just really attracted to walking red flags? Because your last husband didn't seem to go very well because your daughter got trauma from it. And this husband doesn't really seem that well, but, let's keep reading, I guess. Just had to take a pause and let that sink in. Anyway, I was so upset to hear this. I don't blame my daughter for this, but at the same time, the situation has become unbearable. Something would have to give, and I couldn't collect my thoughts with both of them still being in the house. So I gave my daughter money to stay at an extended stay hotel and asked her to utilize her college's emergency financial and housing resources they have for students in need. She responded by storming out and telling my ex, who is now circling social media, using it to paint me as the villain of all villains. What? Okay. I'm not abandoning my daughter. She qualifies for those resources anyway, since my ex is unemployed and we are in substantial debt. I just needed time to process the situation and no one to leave my house to stay with my daughter when I have marriage to figure out whether or not to save. Am I the a-hole? So, that was a lot. Okay. I'm going to get water because the amount of times that I fumbled saying those words was crazy. I'm honestly so sorry for the amount of times I paused during reading that. I'm so sorry. Where's the water? Oh my goodness. Okay, so, let's see. This is so hard. Okay, so I would say, technically, you aren't the a-hole, because, I mean, from what I'm seeing, using context clues, she's in college, and so she's an adult. So, her living alone for a bit at a hotel that you're, like, paying for and giving her the resources to, etc., etc. I mean, that seems, like, very nice of you. I mean, I can get why she would be upset, but I don't think you're necessarily the a-hole for doing that. Like, I don't think it's that wrong. I mean, me personally, I probably would have, I don't know what I would have done, actually. But, like, I don't think you're the a-hole for doing that. I actually think you did, I think you didn't do anything that bad, actually. Your husband, though, I don't think it's worth saving that marriage. I think that's a bit of a lost cause there. I don't know. I don't think I'd want to be married with someone who finds my own daughter attractive. And that's why he was avoiding with me. I mean, that's just a bit of a red flag for me. I don't know if that's something you find attractive in men, but I mean, me personally, I mean, I can't really talk because, I mean, I literally fell for a gay guy. If you guys haven't watched my last video, that will make more sense. Well, I don't know. I'd say you are not the a-hole in this situation. I just think that is a very, frustrating, complicated, very deeply rooted situation, dilemma that you've got going on there. But this was a while ago, wasn't it? Let's see. It was a year ago. So, hey girl, how's it going now? I want an update. Okay, but anyway, I deem you not the a-hole. Boom. Next one. Alrighty guys, the next one is, am I the a-hole for calling my wife fat? Let's see. I, 34 male, work in a physically demanding field. Myself and my coworkers are all fit people without a lot of body type variety. My wife, 32 female, is fat. The thing is, she's always been fat. The whole time I've known her. We dated when she was fat, we got married when she was fat, she knows she's fat and she's beautiful. I'm happy if she loses weight, and I'm happy if she stays where she is. I think she's the most beautiful woman in the world as is. One of my coworkers, Julia, 28 female, started complaining that she's too far to be loved. Is that a typo? I feel like he meant to say fat. Anyway. And fat people don't get to be loved. Oh, dang. Jeez. Julia isn't fat, clearly. Okay. She's maybe 120 pounds. She works out 5 times a week and barely ever eats. I told her that wasn't true and that my wife was fat. She got really red in the face and started telling me that I wasn't allowed to call my wife fat, that I was insulting her, and that my wife was beautiful and curvy. What? Girl, why? What? The switch up was crazy. Okay, in 1 second she's going around saying, oh yeah, fat people don't deserve to be loved. Fat people don't deserve love, etc., etc. And then the second he says that his wife is fat, you're all, oh, she's beautiful and curvy. You can't say that about her. Girl, what? Choose a side. Stop trying to be like, the cutesy little hero in this situation. You're not. Okay, sorry. I don't like Julia. Julia, boom. Julia, if you're watching this, I hope you get bald. I hope you bald within the next 5 months. Boom. Okay. Carol doesn't like being called curvy. She thinks it's a label used to avoid calling people fat because it's a dirty word to most people. I told Julia as much. Julia started threatening to tell my wife I called her fat. She put up her Instagram and told me she was messaging Carol that I was being mean. I beat her to the punch and called my wife. Wait, what? You beat her? Like, literally? Okay, man, I think that was a bit too far, but I mean, okay. Carol, you're a man. You got good taste. Okay, sorry. Put her on speaker and asked if she was curvy or fat. Carol laughed and said, I hate that curvy shiz. Fat and beautiful, baby. I thanked her, told her that I loved her, and hung up. As soon as I hit end, Julia went mental. She started screaming that I was abusing my wife. What? When I asked how, she said it was clearly brainwashing her into accepting the term fat to try to keep her complacent and from getting away from me. That no woman in her right mind could be okay with her husband calling them fat. I showed her a picture of my wife in a shirt that had BBW on it. She bought it for herself, by the way. I have no idea what that means, but okay. She stormed off and hasn't spoken to me since. Now I just walked in today to an email from HR requesting a meeting with me. I don't think it's a big deal. I have my wife's blog for fat positivity, the shirt, and can easily call her for proof. But now things are frigid at work, and Julie constantly gives me dirty looks when we're in the same room. She ignores me otherwise. So I'm just over here scratching my head. Am I the a-hole for calling my wife fat? Well, are we in middle school? Why is Julia acting like this? Be so for real. Clearly, you and your wife or girlfriend, I think it's wife. Oh, yeah, wife. You and your wife are clearly in a happy, healthy relationship, and she's, like, obviously fine with her weight. She's obviously fine with the label of being, like, fat. And then you are you're literally such a good guy. Like, you stood up for your wife. You said that she was beautiful no matter, like, what weight she had. Like, that's so sweet. Oh, my gosh. Like, Carol really won, okay? So, you're definitely not the a-hole in this situation. Like, obviously not. I feel like it's so obvious. Like, you're not the a-hole. You're obviously in the right here. Julia, however, is the a-hole. And as I said, I hope she balls within the next 5 months. And, yeah. That's crazy. I also hope Julia eats, I curse her to have to eat chips for every single meal for the next 2 months. Those are her 2 curses. Okay, sorry. Anyway, there's an edit/update. Okay, let's go. So I met with HR at 4 o'clock today. Apparently multiple coworkers who had overheard the conversation stopped by HR through the day to give their side/weigh-in. I wasn't in trouble. They just wanted my side of things. It checked out with what everyone else had said too. I still don't know which of my crew stopped by, but I owe them my life. I offered to show my wife's blog, and a rep, who's a really nice girl, told me that if it didn't affect my work, it was irrelevant. The story had been corroborated enough by others. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means, that word, corroborated. I hope I said it right. Sorry, I really can't speak. Okay. HR reiterated a lot of what y'all said. Even though Julia initiated the conversation, I shouldn't have jumped in. It was less of a scolding and more of a request to keep my nose out of other people's businesses. I'm sad because I thought Julie and I were friends. We talked about our mental health struggles, the hardships of the field we're in, and heavy things like that. Won't be having those conversations any further. Julie and I will no longer be paired on teams for patient care. I was told my part in the investigation was done, and they thanked me for my time, so I think I'm going to be okay. Before I left, I told HR that if weight loss/body image wasn't supposed to be a topic of conversation, they shouldn't consider enforcing that on a company level. They shouldn't consider enforcing that on a company level. I said shouldn't, my bad. We have a weight loss challenge. I suggested making it a fitness challenge instead. She said they'd take it into consideration. So that's it. I wrapped up my treatments. Everything will hopefully shake out. Haven't spoken to Julia, hoping to avoid her for the near future. Thank you for all the sanity check. Now, to quote Clue, I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife. Period. Okay, 8 down. So, my point still stands. You were not the a-hole. I'm very glad everything worked out, and I hope Julia loses her job. I'm so sorry. Julia, if you're watching this, get out of here. I don't want you watching this. Get out. Sorry. Anyone else named Julia are gonna think I'm crazy. I'm so sorry. This is only directed to Julia and this story. Okay, moving on. Okay, am I the a-hole for slapping a teenager? I, 32-year-old female, was at a water park this last weekend with my husband, 32 male, and my daughter. We were in one of the pools practicing swimming and keeping to ourselves. There was a group of teen boys there, and while I was working with my daughter and swimming, one of them came up behind me, and I felt a tug on the strings of my top, untying it. I spun around and saw this 15 to 17-year-old with a smirk and slapped him. Ew, that's so... Ugh. Okay, this quickly caused a scene. The park staff got involved as well as the boys' parents, who were livid at me. My husband and another lady saw it happen and confirmed that he really did grab my top. There was also a camera around the pool that kind of showed it wasn't the best angle. The boys' parents threatened assault charges, and I threatened sexual assault charges if they decided to go that way. Eventually, we were both asked to leave and haven't heard anything since. My husband, though, still thinks I overreacted a bit, which I don't. Am I the a-hole? Okay. Whoa. I don't think you're the a-hole, actually. Okay, so even though you did slap a child, okay, as long as it was just, like, a slap, like, you know, like, self-defense, like, it wasn't, like, really meant to, like, actually hurt him. Like, if he actually got, like, a bruise from it and started bleeding, I feel like that would kind of make you, like, be one overreacting a little bit. But in this case, I'm assuming it was just, like, one of those, like, quick little slaps, like the one, I don't know if you guys watched The Summer I Turned Pretty, but Belly's mom slapped her once. I'm picturing that kind of slap, not one where, you know, like, she tied her hair up, slapped him, started jumping him, etc., etc. Like, you know, I'm not picturing something that intense, so hopefully I'm right. But I don't think you're the a-hole. Like, that's disgusting. Why would he even think that's okay to, like, just go up to you and start untying yourself? Like, that's disgusting. Ew, I feel like that makes me never want to buy, like, one of those, like, swimsuits where, like, ties like that. At first, I thought those, like, ties were just for show, but if they're actually, like, able to untie like that, I don't think I'd be comfortable wearing. Like, yikes, after hearing this, that's crazy. I don't think it's your fault. I don't know what that boy was planning, and the fact that he was smirking, too, is even crazier. His parents should have been more mad at the kid, but I get why they were defensive about you slapping their kid. But, like, I don't know. Honestly, if that was my kid, I'd be scolding them, to be honest. Like, I don't care if you slapped them. Like, honestly, that was well deserved, okay? I would have slapped them too. I'm sorry. No, I'm not pro hitting your kids, but I mean, like, in this case, I would definitely punish the kid, and I wouldn't, like, threaten to, like, press charges on this girl for, like, self-defense like that, you know? Like, especially with, like, all of these things. Like, guys, this is, like, such a, like, ugh, okay? But, you know, I deem you not the a-hole. So, there you go. Boom. Next one. Okay, guys, am I the a-hole for suing my neighbor after their kid trespassed and fell into my koi pond? I, 22-year-old male, have a koi pond in my backyard. It's not just any koi pond. It's a full-blown, professionally designed Japanese garden with a bridge, waterfalls, and koi that costs more than my car. I'm talking $1,000 for a single fish. Jeez, how rich are you? Oh my gosh. Maintaining this pond is my pride and joy. I've put years into this hobby, and my yard is securely fenced with no trespassing signs everywhere. Enter my neighbor, Karen. Fake name, but fitting. But fitting is crazy. Okay. Karen has a son, let's call him Timmy, 8-year-old male, who's notorious for wandering into other people's yards uninvited. I've talked to Karen multiple times about this, but she just brushes it off with, kids will be kids. Girl, be so for real. I'm sorry. Last week, while I was out running errands, I got a frantic call from Karen. Apparently, Timmy climbed over my fence to feed the fish, even though I have explicitly told him to stay out. In doing so, he slipped, fell into the pond, and destroyed part of my carefully maintained ecosystem. Several of my prize koi died due to stress, and the filtration system was damaged because of the debris Timmy kicked in. Oh my gosh. Luckily, Timmy wasn't seriously hurt, just a few scrapes, but Karen has been demanding I pay for his medical bills. Girl, be so for real. I'm sorry. She claims my pond is an attractive nuisance. Is that how you say it? I know the word, but I don't know if I said it right. and that I should have had a cover or something to prevent kids from falling in. I argued that 1, it's private fenced property, and 2, her son had no business being there in the first place. When I refused to pay, Karen lost it and started bad-mouthing me to the whole neighborhood, calling me heartless and a terrible person. I've since filed a lawsuit against her for the cost of the koi and damage to my filtration system and repairs to my pond, over $5,000 in total. Dang, okay. Some of my friends think I'm taking it too far, saying he's just a kid, but others agree that Karen should have been watching him better. So, Reddit, am I the a-hole for suing my neighbor after her kid trespassed and destroyed my koi pond? So I think you're not the a-hole. I deem you not the a-hole. Because the mom definitely, I feel like the mom took it too far. And the mom definitely should have, okay, first of all, how rich are you people? Just asking for a friend. Anyway, next, second of all, Karen definitely should have been watching Timmy better, because what, like, if I was the parent, I know for a fact, the second my kid first trespassed into someone else's yard, I would be scolding them. Like, I don't care. I would make sure they're not doing it again, because, like, that's, like, stuff you actually can't put, like, that can build very bad habits, or I don't know. But, like, yikes. Like, I don't know. I feel like that wasn't your fault. Like, you shouldn't have to put something up, like, protecting kids from falling in just for them. Like, it's private property. It's for you only. There's not meant to be any kids around it in the first place. So that's just her kid's fault and her fault for not watching her kid and for not stopping the kid the first time he did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just bad parenting on their part. I hope you're watching this, girl. Like, take notes, okay? If y'all are planning to be a parent one day, this sounds so bad. Take notes. Don't be like Karen, and don't be like any of the other people I've mentioned in this video. Don't be like Julia. Don't be like, I don't remember any other bad person in this video, but don't be like anyone bad. I don't know. Yeah, that's a great quote. Don't be anyone bad, guys. Like, deep stuff. Deep, detailed stuff. Very helpful. Anyway, yeah, I don't think you're the a-hole at all, and I think that the fact that she was planning on charging you, or charging you, like, making you pay his medical bills, or going to make you pay his medical bills, I think that was too far. Like, if it was just a few scrapes, then it really, like, you should be able to pay for that for yourself, and your kid was the one who damaged, like, way more expensive stuff, so she really should have left it alone. I think you might have taken it a bit too far for charging them $5,000, but at the same time, I mean, kind of well-deserved. I mean, I don't know, but I still deem you not the a-hole, so, yeah. There you go. Next one. Okay, guys, this is the last one. Am I the a-hole for uninviting my fiance's work wife from our wedding? I, 29-year-old female, am supposed to be marrying the love of my life, 31 male, in a few months. We've been planning this wedding for over a year, and it's been a beautiful but stressful experience. But there's one person casting a shadow over everything, and that's my fiance's work wife, Lily, 30-year-old female. What is a work wife? Okay, wait. Let me backtrack a little. My fiance and Lily have been friends and co-workers for around 5 years. At first, I was honestly relieved he had a good friend at work, especially since his job can be demanding and a bit isolating. I tried to be the cool, understanding partner who was unbothered by how close they were. But over time, their bond became something I just don't know how to handle. Lily is a huge part of his life. They text constantly, often late into the night, about everything from work issues to little jokes. She knows things about him that I sometimes don't, and it stings to realize how much he turns to her for advice and laughs instead of me. My fiance reassures me that they're just friends and that she's his work wife, and that's no big deal, but it feels like she's gotten so close sometimes to the one on the outside looking in. As we got deeper into our wedding planning, Lily started chiming in with her opinions. She had suggested about our venue. It doesn't feel like him, or our flowers. He's never liked bright colors, remember? And even my dress, mentioning offhandedly that she knew his style and could help me pick something he'd love. I tried to laugh it off, but it hurt more than I wanted to admit. Here I am, planning my wedding, and I felt like I had to measure up to her view of who my fiancé is. Last week was our engagement party, and it was supposed to be such a happy day, but I kept noticing Lily glued to his side. I tried to join their conversations, but every time she'd bring up a work story or inside joke that left me feeling like a third wheel at my own engagement. Then, in one of the worst moments, I walked up just as she was saying, "You know, if you change your mind, you could always marry me instead." My heart sank. I didn't know if she was joking or half serious, but my fiancé laughed, brushing it off like it was no big deal. I couldn't just let it go. I pulled my fiancé aside later that night and told him how inappropriate her comment was. He looked at me surprised and said I was taking it too seriously and that Lily was just playing around. I felt like I was going crazy, like maybe I was seeing something that wasn't there, but how would anyone be okay hearing that from someone so close to their fiancé? The last straw came toward the end of the night. Lily had a few drinks, and she came up to me asking if I was really okay with how close they were. She said something like, I mean, I can't imagine him with anyone else. It felt like a knife to my chest. I wanted to scream, but instead I just walked away. Later, I told my fiancé I didn't want her at our wedding, that it was too painful to have someone there who clearly saw herself as a part of our relationship. He got defensive, saying I was overreacting and letting jealousy ruin a friendship he cherishes. He even implied that uninviting her would damage his reputation at work, and now he's barely talking to me because he says I'm making him choose between his best friend and his fiancé. I don't know what to think anymore. I feel hurt, small, and like my feelings don't matter. My friends support me, but his friends think I'm overreacting and letting his insecurity ruin our relationship. Am I the one blowing this up, or am I right to want some respect and boundaries? Am I the a-hole for asking him to uninvite her from our wedding after everything that's happened? Girl, you are not the a-hole. I'm so sorry. That is, like, no, you're not. You're definitely not the a-hole. Like, I mean, you seem like a really, like, sweet and genuine person. Like, I don't think you're the a-hole at all. Like, that's crazy. I think Lily is the a-hole in this situation. Because, I mean, Lily, like, why would you say those things? Like, that's just so shady. Like, she's literally acting like some of the girls that I knew in, like, 6th grade or 7th grade or something. Like, she's acting like a child, okay? Like, why would you say that? Like, she sounds like those, like, she sounds like she's from one of those, like, Netflix original scripts, like, where they're in, like, high school, and they're doing super petty stuff to, like, get a guy or something. Like, she sounds like she's just, like, I don't know. She sounds really stupid, though, and I don't like her. Like, why would you say that? Why would you say those things, like, at someone's engagement party? Like, what was she trying to, like, this, honestly, I feel like this could be a show, or, like, an actual Netflix original plot or something, I don't know. But, like, yikes, girl, I don't know. Honestly, the guy is kind of giving me red flags. And this really sucks because you're, like, engaged to him, like, about to get married. You guys are probably already married by the time I'm reading this. Oh, wow, this was 12 days ago. This is recent. Okay, I need an update, okay? I actually want an update. Oh, my gosh, this was 12 days ago. I really want to know what happens. Honestly, it kind of sounds like the two of them. Oh, I just saw this comment. It says, it sounds like the two of them are having an emotional affair. I agree with that. That's really sad. I feel like that's really painful to hear. And your opinions, your feelings, your emotions were, like, so valid. Like, I would feel the exact same way. Like, I get you. I get it, okay? Like, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine that. But I don't know, that's just me, guys. Like, comment down below what you think on, like, each of these. Because I want to know your guys' opinions. I want to know if you guys think they're the a-hole. I want to know if you guys agree with me or disagree with me on any of them. Like, any of them. Not just this one. But, yeah, I definitely don't think you're the a-hole in this case. And honestly, I feel like your man, like, he's a bit immature, okay? And his friends, like, on his side, like, I don't know, he's just kind of giving huge red flag vibes, and I don't want to say this, but I'm feeling like maybe you should rethink the whole wedding idea. Yeah, but I feel like, your man and, what's her face, Lily was the a-hole in this situation, definitely not you, but that's just me. Okay, guys, so that was all for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and, yeah, I guess that's it. So thank you all so much for watching. Again, thank you all so much for all the support on my last 2 videos. Like, you guys, like, you don't know how much that means to me, especially as a YouTuber that's, like, just starting out. Like, it literally means so much. It makes my day with, like, every single comment you guys are giving me. And y'all are just, anyway, so, yeah, this video was definitely interesting, and let me know if y'all want maybe, like, a part 2 to this, or maybe a part 2 to my last video. And if you haven't watched my last video, you guys should totally watch it. Like, it was so fun to make, it was so funny, and I got lots of, like, a good, like, feedback from it, so, like, let me know if y'all want more of that. Anyway, And then my next video, tomorrow's video, hopefully it will get out tomorrow. Tomorrow's video will be me sneaking. Wait, shoot, what was it called? Oh, I already forgot the like title I had for it. But it was gonna be me secretly like staying over in my friend's house while she doesn't know, like kind of like staying in her closet, like secretly, you know. So it's gonna have one of my friends in it, and I hope you guys like her. She's really sweet. She commented on like my last 2 videos. She's one of like my biggest supporters, I'd say. I don't know. But yeah, thank you all so much. And you know what? Let's just do like a couple shout outs from last video. I'll like put them all over the screen because I can't think of them off the top of my head. But I'll put like a bunch of comments on the screen. And if you aren't on it, you can always comment on this one and ask for a shout out, you know? I mean, it really doesn't matter. I only have 11 subscribers. But, you know, just to show my thanks, my gratitude, because Thanksgiving is coming up if you live in the U.S. I know some Canadians, I think they already celebrated Thanksgiving. But, yeah, so I'm so thankful for all of you. Guys, I hope you enjoy this video. And, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Love y'all. Bye.